Hello everyone, this is Carlos Moreno from Moreno Boxing TV, bringing you a review of the Cleto Reyes professional style sparring and training gloves. These are the 16-ounce sparring and training boxing gloves. These are Mexican brand. The Cleto Reyes is a Mexican. If we turn one over like so, you can see that these are the lace-up gloves, and there's quite a lot of lace that runs all the way down through the hand, through the wrist, and all the way down here. Now, what I like about these gloves, the main thing I like about these professional style gloves as compared to the amateur style boxing gloves, is that they have a long, this part here is very long, the wrist protection part is quite long, and if you can see where I'm touching here, it's quite protective as well. So sometimes you might throw a punch and it wouldn't quite land where you wanted it to land, so you might hit the opponent with your wrist. And these gloves allow for quite a bit of protection because they have some padding around the wrist area on both sides and on top as well. As you can see, they have quite a lot of foldability to them. So as you're throwing the punch, sometimes you might get a bit of recoil and your hand might do this. And as you look at the pattern here, we can see that these allow for quite a lot of folding to go. Looking at the top of the glove, or from the side view, it's a lot thinner at the top, so there's not as much padding as the amateur boxing gloves. So that's another thing that I like about the professional style boxing gloves as opposed to the amateur style or a lot of the other gloves on the market such as Everlast and even Grant, is that the Cleto Reyes tend not to have too much padding, but although they don't have a lot of padding at the top, the padding is substantial enough to protect your hands because it's quite firm. If you look at the inside here, we can see that there's some more crease there and some more stitching, and we have this sort of bar, really hard bar going across here, which really help with the grip when you slide your hands in and you put your hand in the glove and then you close your fist. You feel like you're grabbing onto something, you don't feel like you're grabbing onto thin air. The stitching is really nice as well. If you can see the stitching there, starting from the bottom of the glove, it just runs along and just forms this really nice pattern. And again, it just follows through to the thumb area and across to the side of the hand, or the palm of the hand. And this sort of kind of mimics as well the inside of your hand a little bit with all the the lines and stuff. If you look at this little black thing here, that's actually stitched between this part and that part, so it keeps it all together. The reason why they do that is it stops your thumb coming out. So if this wasn't here, this part of the glove will come out, and when you throw your punch, you might by accident poke your opponent in the eye. The question that I'd like to answer today is, should you go out and buy the Cleto Reyes gloves? Now, there are two things to consider. First is what level of boxing are you at? So if you've just started boxing, I'd say no, don't go out and buy these gloves yet. I say opt for something like Everlast. Try something a little bit cheaper, something a little bit more standard, until you get really into the boxing, and then you're doing high level sparring, and then you might want to dish out some more cash to go and buy some more expensive gloves. These gloves retail for about £189, which is a lot of money to be spending on boxing gloves. Another thing to keep in mind is that with lace-up gloves, you can't just chuck them on yourself and start hitting the bag or hitting whatever equipment you're using if you're training alone. You're always going to need someone there to give you a hand. So for the beginner boxing, this wouldn't be ideal, and for someone who likes to train on their own, I give these gloves a 7.5 out of 10. They're good gloves, they protect your hand, they feel very comfortable, they have a stylish design, and they're great for the advanced boxer. This is Moreno Boxing. Thank you for watching.